How transmissions work. The transmission allows the gear ratio between the engine and the drive wheels to change as the car speeds up and slows down. You shift gears so the engine can stay below the red line and near the RPM band of its best performance. Continuously variable transmissions. The transmission is connected to the engine through the clutch. The input shaft of the transmission therefore turns at the same RPM as the engine, which improves both power output and fuel economy. CVTs became common in hybrid cars because they are considerably more efficient than both manual and traditional automatic transmissions, and their popularity skyrocketed from there as automakers competed for the best possible fuel economy ratings. A simple transmission. The green shaft comes from the engine through the clutch. The green shaft and green gear are connected as a single unit. When you push in the clutch pedal, the engine and the transmission are disconnected, so the engine can run, even if the car is standing still. When you release the clutch pedal, the engine and the green shaft are directly connected to one another. The green shaft and gear turn at the same RPM as the engine. The red shaft and gears are called the lay shaft. These are also connected as a single piece. So all of the gears on the lay shaft and the lay shaft itself spin as one unit. The green shaft and the red shaft are directly connected through their meshed gears, so that if the green shaft is spinning, so is the red shaft. In this way, the lay shaft receives its power directly from the engine whenever the clutch is engaged. The yellow shaft is a spline shaft that connects directly to the drive shaft through the differential to the drive wheels of the car. If the wheels are spinning, the yellow shaft is spinning. The blue gears ride on bearings, so they spin on the yellow shaft. If the engine is off, but the car is coasting, the yellow shaft can turn inside the blue gears, while the blue gears and the lay shaft are motionless. The purpose of the collar is to connect one of the two blue gears to the yellow drive shaft. The collar is connected through the splines directly to the yellow shaft and spins with the yellow shaft. However, the collar can slide left or right along the yellow shaft to engage either of the blue gears. Teeth on the collar, called dog teeth, fit into holes on the sides of the blue gears to engage them. Shifting into first gear. When shifted into first gear, the purple collar engages the blue gear to its right. As the graphic demonstrates, the green shaft from the engine turns the lay shaft, which turns the blue gear to its right. This gear transmits its energy through the collar to drive the yellow drive shaft. Meanwhile, the blue gear on the left is turning, but it is freewheeling on its bearing, so it has no effect on the yellow shaft. When the collar is between the two gears, as shown in the figure on the previous slide, the transmission is in neutral. Both of the blue gears freewheel on the yellow shaft, at the different rates controlled by their ratios to the lay shaft. A real transmission. Most transmissions today has at least 5 speeds. 4-speed manual transmissions are largely outdated, with 5 and 6-speed transmissions taking their place as the more common options. Some performance cars may offer even more gears. However, they all work more or less the same, regardless of the number of gears. Internally, it looks something like this. There are 3 forks controlled by 3 rods that are engaged by the shift lever. Looking at the shift rods from the top, they look like this in reverse, first and second gear. Keep in mind that the shift lever has a rotation point in the middle. When you push the knob forward to engage first gear, you are actually pulling the rod and fork for first gear back. You can see that as you move the shifter left and right, you are engaging different forks, and therefore different collars. Moving the knob forward and backward moves the collar to engage one of the gears. Reverse gear. Reverse gear is handled by a small idler, purple, gear. At all times, the blue reverse gear in this diagram is turning in a direction opposite to all of the other blue gears. Therefore, it would be impossible to throw the transmission into reverse while the car is moving forward. The dog teeth would never engage. However, they will make a lot of noise.